It wasn't just a stone, it was a key. But the light didn't just wake the city, it signaled the hunters. The ceiling is breaking. They are here!
They told us the sky was empty. They told us the old world was nothing but dust and fairy tales. They were wrong. My name is Elara, and I am the daughter of the Keepers. I was born in the shadows of the Great Silence, where magic is a crime, and curiosity is a death sentence. But last night, the library spoke to me. Beneath the floorboards of the Forbidden Wing, I found it, the heart of Eldoria. It didn't just glow, it pulsed, like a heartbeat. As soon as my fingers touched the glass, the ground trembled. They know I have it. The Watchers are coming, and they aren't human anymore. I have two choices: give up the light and return to the dark, or jump into the unknown. I hope I can fly.
I didn't jump because I was brave. I jumped because I had no choice. The air screamed past my ears, and for a second, I thought the clouds would never end. I hit the moss, soft, glowing, and smelling of ancient rain. I'm not dead, but I'm not in the world I knew anymore. Something was watching me. Not the Watchers from above, something older. Something that hasn't seen a human in 1,000 years. It didn't want my life. It wanted the heart. I followed the creature to the Great Wall. I cleared the dust, and my heart stopped. The stone, it didn't show a legend. It showed me. My face. My markings. My destiny? They told us the world below was a wasteland of shadows, but they were lying. There is a city down here, and it's awake.
It wasn't just a city, it was a living thing. The walls hummed as I walked, like they were breathing in time with my own heart. Then I saw them. They weren't monsters, they were the ones we were taught to fear, the exiled. But they didn't look like villains. They looked like they were waiting for someone. Their leader stepped forward. He didn't speak, but his eyes, they felt like they were reading every secret I ever kept. He whispered one word: returned. Before I could ask what he meant, the heart of Eldoria screamed. A light so bright it felt like the sun was being born in my hands. It wasn't just a stone, it was a key. But the light didn't just wake the city, it signaled the hunters. The ceiling is breaking. They are here! The ceiling didn't just crack, it disintegrated. They didn't come to talk, they came to harvest. The blue piece of the city was drowned in a sea of mechanical red eyes. I saw the fear in their faces. They weren't warriors, they were refugees. The king stood his ground. One man against 1,000 machines. He looked at me, his eyes screaming what his voice couldn't. Run! But I was done running. I was born in the silence, but I was made to be the storm. I reached for the heart. I didn't ask for permission, I just let it out. And for the first time, the Watchers knew what it felt like to be hunted.
The sound was the first thing to go. Then the color. I didn't just stop the machines, I stopped the world. For a second, Eldoria was finally quiet. But the light didn't leave me. It's changing me. I can feel the violet cold creeping under my skin. Every time I use the heart, I lose a piece of who I was. The king didn't look at me with pride. He looked at me with pity. He told me the truth. The heart isn't a gift, it's a beacon. And I just turned it on for the whole universe to see. The Watchers were just the scouts. They were the ones afraid of the dark. The things coming now, they are the dark. The ship opened. No machines, no monsters, just a face I haven't seen since I was 5 years old. A face that should be in a grave. Mother? I've spent 15 years mourning a ghost. I've looked for her face in every mirror, every dream. And now, she's standing in the ash, wearing the armor of the enemy. She reached out to touch me. For a second, I felt a mother's warmth, and then the world glitched. Behind the skin, I didn't see blood. I saw circuits. The ship wasn't a rescue. It was a harvest. Thousands of us. Rows and rows of silver hair and violet markings. I'm not a daughter. I'm a prototype. She didn't come back to save me. She came to reclaim the property. The heart of Eldoria was never mine. I was just the vessel used to carry it. But the worst part? The king. The man who promised to protect the city. He didn't draw his sword. He knelt. My family is a lie. And the revolution? It was a trap.
They didn't put me in a prison. They put me back in the box. I was just inventory, a spare part for a world that ran out of soul. She looked at me through the glass and told me it wouldn't hurt. She called it recalibration. She didn't see a daughter. She saw a machine that needed a software update. But they forgot one thing. They made me with the heart of Eldoria. And a heart doesn't follow instructions. It burns. The glass didn't just break, it screamed. I stepped out into the cold air of the ship, and for the first time, I wasn't the daughter, and I wasn't the clone. I was the glitch they couldn't fix. The king is behind me, the mother is in front of me, but the only way out is down. They think I'm afraid of the fall? They've forgotten. I've done this before. They thought the fall would break me. They thought that without a name or a family, I was nothing. But they forgot. You don't need a name to light a fire. I looked into the eyes of the people they called exiled. I saw my own reflection. We aren't the shadows of the world above. We are the heartbeat of the world below. And today, we stop beating for them. The city didn't just wake up, it armed itself. Ancient metal met forbidden magic. For the first time in 1,000 years, Eldoria wasn't hiding, it was preparing. The king sits in his silence, waiting for a mother who only sees him as a servant. He chose the cage, we chose the storm. The watchers are falling like rain. The sky is screaming red, but we aren't running anymore. For Eldoria! The sky didn't fall, it screamed. The watchers hit us like a tide of iron, but for every one of us that fell, 10 more took their place. I saw the guardian go down in a flash of white. He wasn't just a beast, he was the last memory of a world that was still pure, and they took him from me. Then she was there. The woman with my face and a heart made of wires. Every strike of her blade felt like a memory being erased. She kept calling me daughter while she tried to cut out my soul. I saw the king move through the smoke. He didn't run this time. He looked at the ship, his masters, and whispered a prayer for a city he had almost betrayed. He finally found his crown. But then I felt it. The heart didn't just break, it opened. They wanted the power of Eldoria? Fine, let them drown in it. They wanted the heart. They wanted the power of 1,000 suns locked in a box. But they forgot, a heart isn't a battery, it's a gateway. My mother, or the thing that wore her face, screamed for me to stop. She called me a monster. I looked at her and realized she was the one who built me. She should have known. Monsters don't stop. I saw the king give his last breath to save a city that had already forgotten his name. He didn't die a traitor. He died a wall.
the only thing standing between us and total darkness. The world began to fold. The ship, the machines, the lies, they were all sucked into the void I created. I didn't just win the war, I ended the world. I woke up to the sound of a sea I've never seen. The air tastes like copper and starlight. I'm not a clone anymore. I'm not a daughter. But where